Hola, hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl Zaina, your favorite morenita, who you're probably quite upset about, because I haven't dropped anything. But I'm still your favorite, right? Right? So yes, I'm here today with Makeup and Mayhem. But today's not a story time, but we're gonna talk. We're gonna have a conversation. Vamos a conversar. Well, I'm gonna be the one who's mostly talking while I do my makeup and talk to you about what's the title? What I've learned about relationships and stuff that you can learn as well. We want to thrive in relationships out here, right? I'm sure we do. So I'm just gonna be doing my makeup. I'm not gonna be really telling you what I'm using, but possibly I'll put it in the description box below. Ooh, I got mentioned in a story. But yeah, so you guys know a lot of my story time stem around relationships. A lot of, I want to say horror story, but horror stories in a sense make me look like Menke. If you guys don't know who Menke is, it's right here. But yeah, a lot of um stuff went wrong, and you know you live and you learn. What have I learned about relationships? Okay, number one is to be truthful from the beginning. Like, be truthful about who you are. Like, you are what you are, and who's gonna change you. Like, be honest with yourself. You're the only person who can change yourself. And the guy or the girl, yes guys, this is for you too, mis hombres, mis guapos, yes, this is for you. The guy or the girl, they're gonna eventually find out who you are. So just be truthful from the beginning. Don't hide it. If you're rich, you're rich. If you're poor, you're poor. If you're selfish, you're selfish. If you're a liar, you're a liar. The thing is though, it's not necessarily for you to stay that way. And this doesn't only apply to negative things, but a lot of us, we try to hide negative things in the beginning, and well, yeah, it's the very thing that comes back to haunt us, you know. And yeah, we don't want that, especially if it's someone who you think you have a future with, you can possibly have a future with. Just be truthful from the beginning. Yo, this is how I am, this is what I'm about. If they feel like going on with you, you can't say you didn't lay the things out on the table, because they can't blame you for who you are if they know who you are from the beginning. Just saying. And it's not to say that it's an excuse to continue being toxic if you are a toxic person, right? It's not an excuse, but we're just talking about the subtle stuff, things that can trigger a person, things that annoy a person. If you know you're a talker, yo, my chat enough, make them know from the beginning, like how I like to talk. Yeah, let them know from the beginning, because at least when things happen, they won't be as surprised when they do happen, because you are presenting to them, like, you're presenting to them that you're perfect and all of these things, when indeed you're not. You aren't. So there's that. And then the next thing is, take people for who they are. How you see them is what you get. Okay, stop falling in love with potential. Let me say that again. Hold up, let's fix these brows. Yeah, so stop falling in love with potential, because a lot of us, we have these daydreams, and we we fall in love with what could be, instead of realizing that, okay, we need to focus on what is, like, what exactly is in front of us, like, what exactly are we seeing. Lo que vemos enfrente de nosotros, that's what you should be focusing on. okay? Not what could be. What could be could very well happen, maybe, maybe not. But how about focusing on what's in front of you? Take people for face value, for who they are right now in front of you. Like, stop thinking, okay, maybe they could be better, maybe, you know, maybe they're not exactly like this. However they present themselves to you, chances are that's who they are, even though they may be hiding some things. Like, as I said in the beginning, sometimes they may not show their true selves. But once you come out of that honeymoon phase and you start noticing certain things, trust me, that's literally who they are. And you know, a lot of us, we fall in love with the honeymoon phase, people. That's the problem right there. And that's what I say, why I say be you. Just be completely you. Be truthful about who you are, because that's who they're going to interact with eventually over time. Your true colors always come out, you know, guys. Your true colors always come out, and there's no ifs, no buts about it. As you can see in one of my story times, which I'll put in the cards above, it does eventually come out. Like, it's hard for people to hold on to a charade for very long. Although there are some people who have mastered that, and but the truth always comes out, you know. The truth always come out. Like, it literally does. Remember also that while you are, you know, seeking a relationship, while you may have someone, you know, you can't fix anyone. So you fall in love with potential and you think that, okay, you want to get them to that potential and you try to fix them. Honey, if he doesn't want to change, he ain't gonna change. Or if she doesn't want to change, she isn't gonna change. That's just how it is. They have to make that effort, have to make up their minds, in essence, that they want to change. And if they haven't made up their minds, they will not change. It's just how it is. It's really how it is. And until we come to that realization, and I lost the brush, until we come to that realization that, okay, people don't change if you force them. You can't change anyone. Until we come to that realization that people change only if they want to change, if they really want to change. Yes, until we come to that realization, yeah, they ain't gonna change. They're gonna be who they are, or what they are. And that's just that on that. Like, that's the tea. It's up to you to sip it. What else do you want? Like, seriously. So stop falling in love with the fantasy of what could be, guys. All fall into the trap. Like, we daydream of what could happen. And it's not to say you shouldn't look forward to the future, because I'm not trying to scare you into going to relationships, okay? I'm not trying to scare you at all. But you have to be realistic. Look at everything on a realistic level. So this is what could happen, but it's not happening right now. So let me focus on what's happening right now, what I see in front of me, how this person presents themselves in front of me, how they act towards other people, not just me, because sometimes we put on blinders and look at how they act towards you as a person. How do they treat the waiter? Because just because they're treating you this way sometimes, or most times, doesn't mean they can't switch up and treat you just like how they're treating the waiter. But just I'll say, how they treat people can be a reflection of how you will be treated eventually. I'm just saying. So the next thing is to take a red flag as a red flag. No. We're not taking any excuses. We're not saying any buts nor ifs. If you see a red flag, take that red flag as a red flag. We are not about to make excuses out here for these persons, these guys, these girls that do the most as a red flag, and then be like, oh my gosh, I just saw them stay. Okay? No, we're not doing that. No vamos a hacer eso. No vamos a hacer eso. ¿Por qué? Because we give them the leeway to continue doing the same thing. You're saying, oh, but the person will change and blah 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 blah, and this is how they are and this is how they grew up. It's not an excuse, honey. Best believe it. And if you know you have certain toxic traits that may be red flags, go and fix them. Fix them? No. If not, Leave the people them girl chat or boy chat alone, because what that does is create a cycle where people become hurt by hurt people, or people, toxic people, and then those hurt people hurt other people, and it just goes on and on and on, and then people don't even know what true love is. They end up not knowing what true love is, and that's crazy to me. And you have to realize not every relationship is for you either. Like, really and truly, not every relationship is for, as a matter of fact, for some people a relationship is just not for you, especially during this moment. A relationship may just not be for you, and that's okay. You do not need to be validated by having a relationship. And I realize a lot of persons look to relationships for validation, and it beats me as to why, I don't know, a relationship doesn't make you any less or more of a person. It doesn't, sometimes it drain your pocket, it add unnecessary stress. Like, are you gonna do just there? Are you gonna do just there? So yeah, you need not to worry if you're not in a relationship. You need not to worry and run down things what you're not ready for. Some of we not ready, and until we acknowledge that we're not ready, then we're just gonna go into a never-ending cycle of repeat, hurt and repeat, hurt and repeat, hurt and repeat. You understand? You understand, right? Okay, sorry I can do this makeup because I think I've been talking a bit too long now. But yeah, the next thing is set your standards and stick to them. Now, I know some people say your standards are too high. Honey, that's okay. Everybody's not going to be your cup of tea, and there's a reason that your standards are as high as they are, right? There is a reason why. And standards vary, and that's okay as well. So whatever your standards are, just keep them there. Obviously you want to make sure that they are realistic standards, of course, because sometimes we set standards that yeah, they're too much. But if they are your standards, set them. Because if somebody really wants to be in your life, this is a good way to test if somebody really wants to be in your life, by the way, guys. If somebody really wants to be in your life, they will make the effort to reach to those standards. Do I need to repeat? Okay, I thought so. But I'm gonna repeat anyway. If someone wants to be in your life, si alguien quiere ser en tu vida, they will make the effort to reach those standards. So we're gonna go ahead and not take excuses from people just because they can't meet your standards. Girl, look, boy, look, keep your standards then, yeah? Because your standards, your boundaries can be a way to determine if the person who's seeking you, the person who wants you, is essentially right for you. My rule is, if you have to lower your standards and it's gonna hurt you and hurt your morals and hurt your values, then it's a no. And it's not to say that you can't compromise, guys, because everything can't go your way. The world does not revolve around you, and we have varying personalities, we're unique, we have various characteristics. So it's not to say that, okay, you can't compromise, but if that compromise leads you to hurt yourself, or if that compromise hurts the other person, then that's not a compromise. I'm just saying, it's not a compromise because it doesn't benefit both. That's just you yielding to the person and their desires and what they want, and you possibly lowering your standards to what you don't believe in, and your values and your morals and all of these things. And look, life is too short to be lowering standards for someone who does not deserve it. The last thing I want to talk to you is, better to wait than to live a life of misery. A lot of people do not want to be alone, and I guess it's understandable, but would you rather be in a relationship where you're constantly miserable every single day, you're constantly cursing at each other every single day, it's just toxic, man. Like, why would you want to stay in a relationship like that? right? When you can live a free life, yes, you would yearn for somebody to be with, but you can't be free. Think about it. Nobody becomes stress you out, give you unnecessary stress that really and truly you don't need. You have to keep that in mind, that it's okay to feel single. Remember earlier I said you don't need a relationship to validate you. You don't need a relationship to define you. You don't need a relationship to make you feel wanted. Look here, I better you live by yourself, you make your money, you go out, you travel, you live life, go with your friend them, you know. And if someone happens to come along the way and you realize, oh, ooh, this person is, I'm glad I waited. But once you see a red flag, let me tell you, don't say, oh, it's just a one-off thing. Don't you ever say that. Ever. Right? Because you may never know, and this is gonna be a bit triggering, you may never know what's gonna happen. You know, those one-off things then turn into the big things, and then at the end of the day all you get is a grief. And a lot of women have experienced that. And this is where I say speak up, speak out. You know, relationships can be so beautiful, but they can be also, they can be very detrimental if not with the right person. Anyways, we're gonna speed up this. I hope you guys, you know, got some tips that I learned about relationships, and I hope you guys like my makeup look at the end. So let's go ahead and finish this. Yes, that this is the final look, the final look. So this is what we're working with today. Have a little a little smoky eye going on with some red lips, with my absolute favorite lipstick, red lipstick ever, that I wear all the time with enough things. But yes, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for staying to the end. If you guys stayed to the end, I hope you guys learned something in this makeup and mayhem about relationships, what you should not be doing and what you should be doing. I'm not an expert here, but I've learned a few stuff and I got you all. Okay, I just want you to live and thrive and to live the best lives ever. Okay. Yes, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. And if nobody yet never tell you, I love you now. Ciao.